Yo, and welcome to Semen Retention. If you're new to my channel, I talk about everything semen retention and self-improvement for men only. We're going to get into this one today. I'm going to be talking about how when you're on SR, just maintaining a good streak, you're actually going to kind of value just being respected and being known for being good at what you do rather than fabricating your, I guess, like your image or anything like that. All that kind of stuff, your image and the way people perceive you will develop over time when you're on SR. But today's video is going to be more about kind of respect and your work and your craft and how SR helps you build it up. So in case you guys don't know, I've actually hit over 100 days on my streak. I've had a maximum of 15-month streak that ended this year in July. Over that kind of time, I really put my head down and focused on my career. I'm a musician, in case you guys don't know. I basically play as a full-time musician, and today's story is going to be about how I built up from literally like a hobbyist musician type of income into something of like a full-time musician on a quite an impressive salary, I must say so myself. Within 3 years and practicing SR, it's skyrocketing at the moment. So let me take you back to let's go back to 2021. 2021, I went through a bit of a bad breakup in this lockdown kind of period in Melbourne. It was a pretty bleak time. And, I kind of came out of that feeling absolutely, low self-esteem, lost, all that kind of stuff, begging for an answer. And I decided to go for a little road trip. And I went for a road trip up to Queensland, which is a state in Australia, from Melbourne. And when I was on the road trip, I was listening to Australian songwriters. There's a guy called Pete Murray, and he has this song called Opportunity. And as the title of the song talks about, it's about opportunity, right? It's about kind of making the most of your life and going out there and just doing your best. And that really inspired me from like the darkest place that I was during that time. So I decided, I was like, you know what? Why don't I just get the guitar out and learn songs and play gigs myself, because the band stuff's not working out, Playing in other people's bands isn't really what I want to do either. I'm sick of being a keyboardist in a band. I'm sick of being like the backing vocalist for someone else. It's like, I'm a lead singer. Like, let's be real, guys. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And so I learn all these songs. I go and, play my first gig. And it goes well. Disclaimer, I had been playing these kind of acoustic gigs when I was younger, like about 15 years old, but I hadn't done it for a very long time, like nearly 10 years, basically, over 10 years kind of thing. And so it got to the point where I got kind of a bit of momentum going for me. People in my life noticed that things had changed, and this was on small SR streaks. I wasn't going maximum 30 days even. I was only going like 2 weeks, maybe 20 days or something like that. But I started building it up. I built up the momentum over 2021, 2022. And over 2022, I set myself the goal in that financial year to be like, I want to earn $10,000 as a musician. I ended up making $18,500 as a musician. So nearly doubled my goal, okay? Next year, I think I made something like $30,000 odd. That's 2022, 2023. 2023, 2024, I think I made something like, I don't know, $50,000, whatever. Fast forward to now, this year, this financial year, I'm going to hit 6 figures as a musician. All off my own back. And this video isn't about how much money you make, but it is about being respected for what you do. Now, some people come up to me at gigs and they're like, you got an amazing voice, mate. Are you are you going to go on like Australian Idol or X Factor or The Voice or something like that? And I'm like, No. Why would I do that? I don't say that to them like that, but like in my mind, I'm thinking, why would I do that? I've been building up my own career. I've been going on my own terms. I've got the ability to say no to things. That's one of the advantages of SR, is that you build up the courage to say no to things that it almost becomes like second nature for you. Just like saying no every single day because you're like, I value my energy more. So in this time period from 2021 to 2025, up until we're heading into 2026, I'm learning all these songs. I'm doing all this kind of stuff, like learning other artists. People are saying, do you know this song? And I'm going, no, I don't. But I'm going to learn it because a person in the public wants to hear this song. So I'll play it for them next time I'm out there. I go and learn all these songs and my job becomes so easy. It becomes so easy, and I'm practicing so much because I'm playing so much. I'm getting paid so much to just do what I want to be doing, which is music. And you'd have to be a liar to say that you wouldn't want to become a full-time musician if you were a musician. I think there's a lot of people out there that they try and, they try and say, oh, like you're a background musician, or like, you're a jukebox. You're not really doing originals. Guys, I do original music. So what I'm trying to say is that my craft is constantly developing on SR, and it's really good. It's really good to just be in this constant cycle of respect being built up. And part of that is having a reputation of a hard worker, right? And a smart worker is probably more important, right? So I'm choosing to do things like clean up after myself. I'm choosing to communicate quickly with the people within my industry so then we can get things moving, like not waiting on someone, okay? With that being said, there are people in the industry that actually don't like it when you start leveling up. And this is not just musicians that are jealous. This is also like venue staff, management, all that kind of stuff. They don't like it when someone walks into the venue and is feeling, how you going, mate? You're doing good? Oh, yeah, that's great. Awesome, man. I'm feeling great too. How you doing? It's like, no. There's some people that are on a different timeline, and it's very like slow. It's very like depressing. And they don't like the glow. They don't like the glow that semen retention brings to the room. You can apply this to any industry, guys. I'm just talking about music because this is my life, okay? This is Stephen Retention. So we get onto it, and my booking agent really likes me. We have good conversations and all that kind of stuff. And I'm able to now use my discernment to be like, am I going to want to work with these people? And I think that's a good position to be in, because when you built up people's respect, the industry and the public start to see you and respect you for the talent or that you are. Now, you might not necessarily have a household name, but if you think about the trajectory of like building up a solid income that maybe, just continuously you're getting good opportunities and you're working yourself up, that's a really, really good position than to be someone that's out there just trying to clout chase and all that kind of stuff. Like, for example, there's people on YouTube that know what they are presenting to the public is complete dog shit. Like, and when I say dog shit, I mean like, those kind of those YouTube channels that like react to women in the dating market and all that kind of stuff, and they talk about how dating's cooked for men and all that kind of classic red pill kind of trash media type shit. Like, those guys know that they're making content that is garbage. Like, they're basically just kind of they're catering towards people that are in a vulnerable state, like men that have just broken up with their wife or something are in a pretty bad state. But these guys, they're making content that's garbage. They're not helping men. They're not trying to get men to get their shit together. They're just showing content and reacting and being like, oh, blah, 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 women, blah, they're so bloody stupid, women, they're just the worst thing ever, eh? Yeah. Oh, we all hate women here. It's just like, that's not the vibe, bro. Like, we can be critical of women on our journey when we're on SR because we're developing and all that kind of stuff, but we're not one of those red pill rages, yeah? So anyway, I digress, but that's what I'm saying is that like those people, they're going for clout, they're going for clicks, they're going for views. You can build your whole life and have a beautiful life as an artist, as anything you want. It's anything you want to put your energy into. You can have a beautiful life and enjoy your life so much and have really amazing moments and victories and all that kind of stuff without being famous. And that's something that, you know, like is great, don't you reckon? Isn't it great that you can just move around public and, you know, we already get the glow kind of attraction from like the general public anyway. It's like, why would you want it amplified to the point where you get crazy people criticizing you and following you around all the time? Like, do you understand what fame does to people? Like, people can't even like have any sort of mistake in public at all without getting scrutinized all the time. And this is the issue, is that all that kind of stuff is manufactured. All that kind of stuff is pointless. Whereas on semen retention, you're going to have a holistic type of fame. And this is going to be, you're going to have a reputation, okay? A reputation, in my opinion, is better than fame. Reputation is what creates longevity in your industry. And when you're on SR, you're going to have a great reputation. It's just like you're wondering why do you have a great reputation? You're going to outwork everyone. No one else is practicing semen retention. Like, there's like literally less than 1% people practicing semen retention. So think about it, guys. Like, the competition is quite low when you're locked in. So think about it this way. Just keep going on your journey. Keep retaining your seed. Don't worry about like, oh, I haven't got enough views on my thing, or I haven't got enough money or something like that. Just focus on the thing that you actually like. Someone said to me the other day, they're like, oh, some people don't have a passion. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The people have a passion. It's just that some people's passions are bullied out of them by their parents, their siblings, their friends, their peers, or people in their industry and all that kind of stuff. Or sometimes they just make a mistake and they don't know how to redeem themselves because they're not practicing like SR. They're not practicing all those kind of things that help you build up yourself again and get to a point where you're like, oh, I can learn from my mistakes. People on SR, we're not perfectionists. We're not over-analyzers. We understand you make mistakes and we get things moving. That's the most important aspect about reputation and building a career on SR, is that you just keep things moving. Like, you don't worry about perfection. You worry about, yes, of course, being clean is good and respectful as much as you can, whilst also standing firm boundaries. That's good. But you're not going to be fretting about, oh, I didn't do this 100% correct. That's like autistic type of energy that a Kuma would have. And like that kind of stuff is very, it's very detrimental. It slows things down. It ruins the vibe. Vibration is literally movement. It's like if you stop and you're analyzing one still frame that already passed, you're ruining the vibe, bro. You're ruining the vibe. You're stuck. Ah, man. I'm going to get back out at it. I'm just doing these videos during my breaks. I've got a lot to say. I've been thinking about a lot since my last videos. So I hope you guys are going well on your journey. You know, just focus on your craft. Even if you think about your passion and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to make money about that. Don't worry about it. Just do whatever it is you're doing and you'll be surprised. Whilst you practice semen retention, things are going to move towards you. The path is going to open up somehow. I'm telling you, that's how it worked for me. That's how I got from $10,000, literally 10 times my income. That's crazy. I 10 times my goal of income in the course of like 4 years. which is insane. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you later. Have a good week. See you later.